Nikki Schmidt, and this is for Ms. Schwartz. One of my greatest passions in life is playing music. I play the French horn, and I've been playing it ever since then. I started music with her in 5th grade, and she has been helping me with my music since then. She has taught me all that I know about music, and she inspires me to keep striving to be a better player. She always has hope and words of encouragement for me, and I wouldn't be the great player I am without her hard work and dedication. She helped me receive a superior rating on my grade A solo. I have thanks for all the time she has dedicated towards me and also her other students. My appreciation for her is unlimited, and I will never forget the great impact she has made on my life. Ms. Schwartz, thank you so much. You're the best.
My name is Zach Zamichow, and someone that's always been there for me throughout high school, all 4 years, was Miss Ratajczak, who works in the cafeteria. And she was just there for me every single day. I used to switch lines to make sure I was always going up to her when she was working the cashier. And she was always there to say, "For your dining pleasure, today we have this, and that always brightened my day. And she always asked what was wrong when she could see that something was wrong with me. And I really missed her when she was absent from school for a while, but she's just always made a difference for me. So I'm grateful to have had her in my life, and I'll never forget her."
Senora Cool is one of the most caring teachers that I have ever came in contact with. She is very passionate about teaching what she loves, which is Spanish. When I am in her classes, it feels more like a family than the normal classroom setting. Whenever any of us students need anything, if she has it, she will give it to us without expecting anything in return. She does so much for so many students in our school. Senora Cool has such a great and big heart. Even if she doesn't think she has impacted anyone's high school career or no one else has told her, she has made a great contribution to mine. Thank you, Senora, for all that you have done for me and the rest of your Springfield High School students. Your student, Rhea Armstrong.
Hi, my name is Mary Anderson. I'm a parent of 2 Springfield students, and when I was asked to see if I would be interested in greeting Susan Santoro at a retirement, I was absolutely thrilled because she has been so helpful to us. I was first introduced to Susan when our son, Jacob Anderson, had a brain tumor a few years back. At the time he was going to St. Joan of Arc schools, and Susan came to our aid to help us transition from St. Joan of Arc into the Springfield school system, and helped us work out an IEP for Jake, and just made the whole transition smooth, and that was tremendously helpful for us parents who were kind of new to disabilities and that. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Susan. You've been absolutely terrific, and I wanted to say also that I know you have it in your heart for the future of these kids, because you're always checking in on us, seeing how Jake's doing, even though we haven't needed your services for the last year or two. But you've been absolutely tremendous, and I thank you for that, and I wish you the best in your retirement, and I hope to see you again sometime.
Hi, my name is Cody Zobzak. I'm senior at the high school. Just wanted to give a shout out to Mrs. Kimmett from 5th grade at Holloway. She, awesome teacher, just gave me everlasting memories. I wasn't the best student in 5th grade, but then when I got into middle school, I started getting better grades, got A's, B's, and I just really thought that she made a big difference in my life. And I know I haven't seen her in about 10 years, but just would like to give that shout out and say thank you for everything that you've done for me.
In the Springfield School District, I think there have been 2 staff members that have really made an impact on my life here. First would be Mr. Perlacki. Sophomore year, I had him as my biology teacher, and I remember going into the class and him saying that usually no one gets an A in my class, rarely anyone scores well on my tests, and so I'm thinking, no, because I'm an A student, that's not going to happen. So I was like, well, is it impossible to get an A? And he's like, no, it's possible. You just have to really, work at it. And he kind of made me feel like no one's going to get an A. So he really encouraged me to study and study and study every day and go over the materials over and over. And his class was the first class I ever had to take serious in high school. So it really helped me study, and he was my foundation for how I studied throughout the rest of my high school career. And I think he made a major impact on how I started scoring extremely well on tests, because if you work really hard and you study every single night and you study really hard for the test and you don't wait till the last minute, you can get an A on just about anything you want. It doesn't matter how smart you are. And he really impacted me in that way, and I thank you, Mr. Perlacki, for what you did for me, because you've been my favorite teacher ever since then, and I've really appreciated how you ran your class and how you taught me how to be a better student, and I got an A in your class, so that was good. Another staff member I think has a positive impact on the school is Tammy. Tammy is the lunch lady, one of the cash registers in the lunchroom. She also drives a bus. Her son plays sports here. She's got another son that plays sports here, so she's always been kind of like a family friend to us, and every day in the cafeteria she knows everyone's name. She calls everyone babe, honey, sweetheart. You know, she's always greeting people. She kind of knows about a lot of kids' lives, I think. So it's really easy to just kind of go, like, connect with her. And everyone's always wanting to go to Tammy's line because, you know, she knows the students. She's wonderful, I think, with the high school kids. I mean, some teachers aren't really well with high school kids because they don't understand a lot of things, I think. But she understands so much about a teenager's life, and she's always positive. She's always smiling to us and calling us by, you know, our names, even if she doesn't know students well. She gets to know them well, and I just think that she makes my day every time I go in the cafeteria, and every time, you know, my mom and her are talking and I end up being over there with them. It's just always like a good conversation that I have with her, and I think that she is a positive impact on this school.
Hi, my name is Chris Massey. I had Mr. Shaw this year. I just wanted to say he's been one of the greatest teachers I've had the experience to be taught by, and he's been a great inspiration to me. And I was kind of confused about what I wanted to do with my life last year as far as college goes, but by taking his AP Physics course, he really steered me in the engineering field, and I'm just really glad to have been taught by him. He has such a great passion for science, and he's always very encouraging for others. You know, he's willing to go above and beyond the call of duty and go out of his way to help others. And he really reminds you that, you know, people, you get what you put in, and people get what they deserve. So that's all I have to say.
Hi, I'm Maggie Adams, and I wanted to thank Mr. Hankey today. He's been my choir teacher since 7th grade, and ever since the first time I walked in his classroom and he was hyped up off his cup of coffee, I knew it was going to be an interesting year with him. His classroom was the one place that I could be myself, and I thank you for that, Mr. Hankey. I'll never forget you, and I just can't thank you enough for making my high school experience awesome. Don't stop being Mr. Grumpy Gills. Bye, Mr. Hankey.
Hi, I'm Melinda Gockerman, and this is for you, Ms. Shire. You are my biggest inspiration to my life. You are a great individual because you're always there for students and myself. You have encouraged me to do well in my education, and you have always encouraged me to follow my dreams. I look up to you so much because you are an amazing role model. You are not only there to help me with my education, but you're always there for me in tough situations, which make me a better person and a stronger student. So thank you so much, Ms. Shire, and I absolutely love you.